Hello students, welcome to my channel. In this session, we will discuss Avergaes-Mixtures-Alligation, what we call AMA topic. In this topic, we will discuss averages basics. What is average? Average is nothing but sum of n numbers by n. For example, if there are three numbers 15, 21 and 12, what is their average means? 15 plus 21 plus 12 by sum of these three numbers by 3. So 15 plus 21, 30, 36 plus 12, 48 by 3, 16, right? So now this formula can also be written as, if I cross multiply, sum of n numbers equals to average into n. See, now average is 16 into n is 3. If you multiply, you will get the sum, right? And next, third one, if you are given sum of n numbers and average, we can find n. Sum of n numbers, sum of these three numbers is 48 and average is 16. You can see 16 threes, we get n value. So this is the basic formula. This can be rewritten into these two types, right? So now let's take up an example. A student scores 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 marks in 6 subjects. Find the average marks scored. So we need to find the sum of these 6 numbers and divide by 6. When we do that, see, sum of these 6 numbers you can try. It will be 50 plus 60 plus 70, 80, 90, 100. When you add them, you get 450 by 6. The average is 75, right? And please remember, the average will always be more than the smallest number, more than 50, and it will be less than the largest number, 100. I'm not saying it should be exactly in the middle. It just coincidence is coming in the exactly middle. It need not be the middle number, but it will always be between the smallest and highest numbers. Note, average is always greater than the smallest value and less than the greatest value. This is one approach. Now let's see what are the alternate approaches in finding average. One such approach is deviation method. What is deviation method means? We take one number as reference. Let's take any number between the smallest and largest number as difference. See, we have 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. There are 6 numbers, right? Average is more than 50, less than 100. So let's take somewhere in the middle one number as reference. It can be one of these numbers or it can be any number between them. Choice is yours. So let's take them as reference and then write the deviations. For example, if I take 70 as reference, so what happens? This 50 is 20 less than 70 minus 20. 60 is 10 less minus 10. 70, 70 there is no reference, 0. This 80 is 10 more than 70, so plus 10. This 90 is 20 more plus 20. This 100 is 30 more. So why we write like this? So that you don't have to even do big addition. See, negative numbers and positive numbers get cancelled. You are left with only 30. 30 by 6, 5. So 70 plus 5, 75 is the average. So this is the deviation method. Deviation can be any number. You can, instead of 70, if you take 80, it's okay. Or you take 75, you take 74. Any number can be taken as reference point and write the deviation. Then what is one more approach? If you observe closely here, this 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 are in arithmetic progression. Yes or no? What do you mean by arithmetic progression? They have a common difference between the consecutive terms. When I write these numbers 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, you can see, students, there is always a common difference. Because we have a common difference, we say they are in arithmetic progression. In such case, the average is first term plus last term by 2. First term 50 plus last term 100 by 2, 75. It's not only that. You can take not only first and last term, you can take second from the beginning and second from the last by 2 also. 60 plus 90 by 2 also. That is also 75. Or you can take third from the beginning, third from the last by 2. 70 plus 80 by 2, 150 by 2, 75. And one more thing, since we have 6 numbers, the average is the average of the middle 2 numbers you are getting here. Suppose if you have odd number of numbers, suppose 5 numbers are there. Let me give 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. I have 5 numbers. Again, there is a common difference. This shortcut I am saying only if there is a common difference. In other words, they are in arithmetic progression. See here, there is a common difference, 10. So now the average can be 50 plus 90 by 2, 140 by 2, or it can be 60 plus 80 by 2, or it can be the middle number itself. So when there are odd number of numbers with the common difference, the average happens to be the middle number 70, right? So it can also be like that. So when there are even number of numbers, it is middle two numbers. When there are odd numbers, 5 numbers, 7 numbers, 3 numbers, average is going to be the middle number 70. See, 50 plus 90, 140 by 270, 60 plus 80, 140 by 270, or the middle number is also 70. The average is 70, right? Okay, let's take up one more example. A student scores 45, 55, 65, 75, 85 marks, 85 and 95 marks in 6 subjects. Find the average marks scored. So again, they are in arithmetic progression. So what you will do, students, you will take first and last by 2, 45 plus 95 by 270. Well, it is very simple question. Why I have given you this one more example is, if you observe here this question with respect to the previous question I have 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. If you observe, friends, each number is 5 less or not? Each number is 5 less means I can say the average is 5 less. As each number is 5 less than each one in the previous question, the average is also 5 less. So the average is going to be 75 minus 570. Right? So this is where let me give you a few important points. If the value of each number is increased by k, the average will also increase by k. Or if each number is decreased by k, like in this example, each number was decreased by 5, hence the average was 5 less, right? The average will also decrease by 5. If each number is multiplied by k, the average will also be multiplied by k. If each number is doubled, average will get doubled, right? If each number is trebled, average is also will get trebled, right? Similarly, when each number is divided by k, of course, k should not be 0 because you can't divide by 0. Then average will also be divided by k, right? So these are few important points. Now, these are the core concept of average. However, it's not just the basics that makes difference. It's the way we handle problems, questions. And when we discuss questions, we can discuss a lot of shortcuts in this averages concept. In the next session, in the next video, we will discuss few questions. While discussing those questions, for each question, we will discuss a shortcut and try to say, instead of doing the traditional manner, how we can do it in a logical approach without doing big calculations. We will discuss in the next video, right? Thank you.